Welcome, family and friends, to Fairleigh Dickinson University's 78th Annual Commencement Ceremonies. Welcome to the faculty and administration of Fairleigh Dickinson University. And ladies and gentlemen, please rise and give a warm welcome to the graduates from the class of 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, now entering the stadium, please welcome today's platform party, including the provost and the president of Fairleigh Dickinson University.
All right, quick march.
Gorgeous day, President Capuano, the faculty, officers of the university, guests and candidates are assembled, and the hour is at hand. With your permission, may these proceedings begin. To open the 78th commencement ceremony, honoring the class of 2021. Let us remain standing. For the national anthem.
Good morning, everyone. Please be seated. In the tradition of the Academy, and as president of Fairleigh Dickinson University, I, Christopher Capuano, officially convene this annual commencement ceremony. A warm welcome to our platform party, which includes participants in today's ceremony and representatives of the university's Board of Trustees, faculty, administration, and student body. I want to especially welcome on the platform today an outstanding alumnus in our board chair for the past 18 years, Patrick J. Zenner. Mr. Zenner has faithfully led FDU through an incredible period of growth and renewal, and has been a good friend to the university and to me personally. Mr. Zenner will be stepping down from the board next month, and so this is his last commencement as our board chair. Please join me in thanking him for his incredible service to FDU. Thank you, Pat. We will miss you greatly. Welcome to our deans and directors, and to our faculty and staff who have also joined us today. Welcome to the pillars of FDU, a group of honored staff members. And welcome, of course, to all the friends and families of the graduates. FDU is a national leader in providing educational programs for U.S. veterans. We want to welcome today those graduates who have served as members of the armed forces and who are wearing commemorative red stoles. I ask all the veterans among our graduates to please rise and be recognized. Thank you for your service to our country, and thank you to all the veterans who are in attendance this morning. I also want to welcome a very special group of graduates, those students who supported FDU and this year's graduating class gifts. These students, all of whom are wearing burgundy and blue philanthropy cords, raised more than $5,000 to support student scholarships, the university's food pantry, and the Student Emergency Fund. Would all graduates wearing their philanthropy cords please stand and be recognized as first-time donors to the university? And finally, a very big welcome to each and every member of the class of 2021. Congratulations. I am so proud of each of you for what you have achieved. The pandemic disrupted your lives, but you didn't back down. You stayed connected with your professors and classmates. You remained focused, and now you are officially graduates and ready to begin what I hope will be exciting careers. I know you will continue to make your families and friends and your university very proud. Graduates are always anxious about the future, and you have reason to feel even more anxious considering what our world has had to endure over the past year and a half. I want to assure you, though, that whatever the future brings, you have been prepared well, and you will be successful in whatever ways you wish to measure success. The most important weapon we have in any struggle is education. When a crisis emerges, like the pandemic, we see individuals working together to find solutions and using their skills, like education, to solve problems. Education not only provides the skills to build a career, but also the skills to endure and build a better tomorrow. I'm confident that you will be prepared to do just that. Build a better world for yourselves, for your fellow citizens, and eventually for your own families. While I'm always confident that education provides answers, I'm even more confident in the class of 2021 because you have learned critical lessons during the pandemic that will serve you well. You must never forget the interconnected nature of our world. The pandemic has shown how quickly dangers can spread beyond borders. For better or worse, we are one planet and one species that must work together to survive and prosper. And when we work together, we can overcome anything. During the pandemic, we were often separated from our friends and families. While those sacrifices were necessary, they were also very difficult. Please remember those sacrifices, though, because you must never forget to cherish those you are close to. Never take for granted your loved ones. Never take anyone for granted. Share your journey with those you love and show your appreciation for those who have helped you. Moreover, while learning from the past is critical and planning for the future is essential, please remember to live in the present and make today count. Bring your positivity to others and spread hope and goodwill whenever you can. You will be cherished for that. Finally, on this day of celebration, remember the one lesson that the pandemic has taught us all, which is to never, never give up. With perseverance and fortitude, you can overcome anything. Class of 2021, what you have achieved is truly remarkable, and I cannot wait to see what you do next. Godspeed to you all, and congratulations once again. It is now my pleasure to present this year's honorary degree. I ask Richard Barata to please come forward. Do what you love. That was your mantra when you graduated from college in 1973, armed with a liberal arts degree in history. Your father had hoped you would follow his footsteps and go on to law school. Instead, you followed your heart, embarking on a career as a jazz drummer in the hotly competitive music scene of New York City. Your virtuosity soon attracted the attention of other jazz artists, firmly securing work for you as a bandmate and studio musician. But despite your success, the hours were long and money was often tight. Eventually, you found yourself at a career crossroads. Continue with your music or begin the family you always wanted. After 9 years, you left the unpredictable and demanding lifestyle of jazz to enter the film industry, and soon found an entirely new way to do what you love. Beginning as a location manager for Desperately Seeking Susan, over the next 3 decades, you worked on more than 50 films, including The Taking of Pelham 123, Donnie Brasco, and Big. You were the production manager for 5 Spider-Man blockbusters. Some of the most critically acclaimed and financially successful movies of recent memory bear your imprint as co-producer or executive producer, including Martin Scorsese's The Wolf of Wall Street and The Irishman, and the Oscar-winning Joker with Joaquin Phoenix. You helped bring Hollywood success to our university as an advisor for Aaron Sorkin's The Trial of the Chicago 7, which featured our historic mansion, Hennessy Hall. This year, that production captured multiple Golden Globe and Screen Actor Guild Awards and garnered 6 Academy Award nominations. In the fall of 2016, an unexpected opportunity brought you back to your first love, jazz. Performing again professionally, you said, was like a light bulb has gone off in my head, and the music seems clearer, fresher, and more illuminating than ever. Last year, you released your sophomore album, Music and Film, The Real Deal, to critical acclaim. For every FDU graduate today who wonders about the path ahead, your career stands as an example of that possibility. That doing what you love does not need to be an either-or proposition. Your life also bears testimony to the power of adaptability, a lesson you perhaps first learned playing jazz, which has enabled your creativity and talents to thrive in all that you do. Therefore, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Fairleigh Dickinson University, the faculty concurring, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Fine Arts, honoris causa, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto attached, and cause you to be invested with the hood appropriate to that degree. Congratulations. Very good. Okay, let me get out of your way. Okay.
Well, let's get the right hat on here. There you go. Thank you very much. You don't have to get up. You don't have to stand for me. It's okay. I get it. No problem whatsoever. Stay seated. President Capuano, the Board of Trustees, the professors, the faculty, the administration, the staff, parents, grandparents, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, and anybody else that got in here. I am truly, truly honored to be here today to give the commencement address to the Fairleigh Dickinson University graduating class of 2021. Let's hear it for these graduates. You get a little music there. You know, when I got here about an hour ago, I was informed I was expected to give a speech. That's a total surprise to me, okay? You talk about being unprepared. All right, so here we go. Let me ask you a question. How many of you out there are either hungover from last night, or had a few drinks, or even smoked a little weed today? Come on, raise your hands. Let's go. I want to see. Let's go. Okay, parents, please put your hands down. You know, you're entitled to that, for this is your day, a day to celebrate, to savor, and reflect on the 4-year journey that you've successfully completed. You're not going to forget this day for about 48 hours. I hope you truly enjoyed your college experience, because it's over. Finito, done. Sadly, beginning tomorrow, the shit hits the fan. Half of you will be spending the next few years living in your parents' basement. 3.7 million people graduated from colleges and universities this year. Good luck with that. Shouldn't be too much competition. Well, let's not dwell on the positive. Let's also give a well-deserved shout out to the proud parents whose lifelong guidance, patience, unconditional love, and most importantly, checkbooks are the reason you're sitting here today. By the way, parents sitting out there in the stands, I've witnessed my 3 kids all graduating from college, and it's a bittersweet feeling. I admit it, it's a little melancholy, and I feel you, but you gotta get over it. Take a Prozac or a Zoloft. You know, I don't have much fond memories of this stadium. First of all, I'm a Jets fan. So if I bomb here today, I should feel quite at home. Also, the only other time I was actually on this field was in October of 1977. There was an incredible soccer star from Brazil by the name of Pelé, probably one of the greatest to ever play the game. And he played for the New York Cosmos. Anyway, they had a farewell game ceremony for him to a packed crowd of 74,000 people. I was part of the halftime show performing with a 25-piece samba band, an all-drum band called Payday Boy. What's interesting is that we performed in carnival costume, and I was wearing a huge green papier-mâché dragon's mask. I couldn't see a damn thing except the person's feet in front of me. So when we came out of the tunnel, I was all pumped up, most likely stoned on some pot, and boom, I walked right into the goalpost. I crushed my mask, dropped my sticks. I'm playing with no sticks, I look like an idiot, and it was not a pretty moment. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't give a shout out to the FDU bowling team and their gallant run that just fell short of an NCAA championship. Let's hear it for them. There you go. Okay. FDU has a tradition of championship bowling teams. You didn't know that. Since there are 4 commencement ceremonies scheduled over today and tomorrow, I was asked to cut my speech short, and that may be good news for you. So if you want to catch my speech in its entirety, you're going to have to come back to the next ceremony. I've laid out my speech in 4 parts, so maybe you're lucky. The first 2 parts are the best. Many of you might be asking yourselves, how did we get this guy here today? I'm asking the same thing. I mean, there are 7.9 billion people in the world, and almost none of them know who I am. Couldn't the administration have chosen someone a tad bit more famous or noteworthy? How about Kamala Harris, or Nancy Pelosi, or Nas, or Bruce Springsteen? Harry Carson, the giant great, or Senator Cory Booker. No, they chose me. You know, you win some, you lose some. I mean, here you are. There's not much I can say about that, but here's the deal with that. You've got to suck it up. Do you think this is Harvard? Okay, now that you've determined that I'm a bad choice, lacking in self-confidence and self-esteem, the truth is I have an abundance of confidence and self-esteem, and I'm going to surprise you. I should be here. You know why? Because we're very much alike. We have a lot in common. There's a little background. I was born and raised in Poughkeepsie, New York in 19-whatever. My parents were first-generation Americans of Italian immigrants. One grandfather was a barber and a musician. The other was a barber and a bootlegger, brewing beer in his basement. My father was a distinguished public servant, a lawyer, a district attorney, a county judge, and then a Supreme Court judge in New York State. He was also an accomplished musician. His father was not the bootlegger. My mother, one of 5 children, 4 sisters, and they all went on to earn college degrees, which was unheard of in the 1930s. Needless to say, I had great role models, and that's important. My mother was also an accomplished opera singer, so there's the music gene times 2. I graduated from Wagner College in 1973 with a BA in history. I know. I look a lot younger, especially from this distance. My father wanted me to go to law school. No big surprise there. Being the dutiful son, I rewarded him with embarking on a career as a jazz musician. What good was that, BA in history? I didn't need a degree to play music. Well, wrong. My college experience was priceless. And truthfully, all experiences, whether good or bad, are invaluable and most valuable. After I graduated, I began playing music. After 2 years living near Woodstock, New York, I moved to New York City. I performed in clubs, did some traveling, recorded some albums, and during that time, I was also bartending a couple of days a week to make ends meet. Then in 1984, just after scraping by financially, I decided I needed to make a change. I had just married my lovely wife, of whom I've been married for 38 years, and wanted to raise a family. I had a friend who worked in the film business and was working for Woody Allen. I bugged him relentlessly, and eventually he got me a job as a location assistant on my first film, Desperately Seeking Susan, starring a 20-something Madonna. I have since worked on about 55 films. It's a most gratifying journey filled with many memorable moments until I reached the top of my profession as an executive producer. I've worked on with several Oscar-winning actors and directors, including Tom Hanks and Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Meryl Streep, Joaquin Phoenix, Julia Roberts, Martin Scorsese, Mike Nichols, and a host of others. And my last 3 films, The Irishman, The Joker, and The Chicago 7, were all nominated for Academy Awards. But FYI, it hasn't all been easy and rosy. There were a lot of long hours. I had occasional misgivings, questioning my professional life. That's the way jobs and life work. Like Forrest Gump said, life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're going to get. So in 2017, I decided it was time to get back to my original and first passion, music. My latest CD, Music and Film, The Real Deal, which was released this past September, was on the top jazz radio charts for 10 straight weeks, getting as high as number 14, over 900,000 listens on Spotify. You know, I'm truly grateful and humbled for all of that, but what is the secret to that success? Well, there's no magic pill that you buy and then you take, that's for sure. Okay, now, for those of you, where is this? For those of you who have been sleeping during the first half of my speech, it's time to wake up. From here on in, well, that blew my eardrum out there. From here on in, the words you hear, you'll be quizzed on for the remainder of your lives. Competition for you is fierce. In my life, I have cut lawns, worked in construction, bartended, drum shop salesman, knife salesman, ovenware salesman, pots and pans salesman. There were many difficult and trying years and tough decisions to be made along the way. Life is wonderful, but let's face it, it can also be real tough and challenging. You're also probably going to have a number of different jobs by the time you're my age. That's just the way it is. That's cool. Some of the positions will end as failures, and that's cool too. I felt like a failure as a musician when I left to work in film. But failures are good. A highly successful producer friend of mine told me he was fired more times than the ceremonial canon at West Point. So what? Get your ass off the ground and get back onto the field. Pursue your dreams. Listen to the little voice in your head guiding you to achieving your goals. And don't wait for the perfect scenario. While you're sitting on your duffs, opportunities is passing you by. And there rarely is a perfect scenario anyway. Take action. Get involved. It pays incredible dividends. It's so important to get in the game, try things, get knocked down, get yelled at. I can't tell you how many times I forced myself to do something that was inconvenient or uncomfortable, maybe possibly a waste of my time, but I took action, and then it led me to a useful connection or future invaluable opportunity. Mark Twain said it quite well. 20 years from now, you'll be more disappointed in the things you didn't do than by the things you did. You're inheriting a world plagued with a plethora of seemingly unsolvable problems. But hello, the world has always been a complicated place in which to live. Think about it. The Black Plague, the Crusades, countless wars, the Holocaust, genocides, droughts, disease, rape, refugee crisis, abject poverty. Even today, 660 million people without clean water and sanitation. My God. The point is, this is the reality of human existence. But here's the silver lining. There's an old Buddhist saying, the lotus flower blooms in the muddy swamp. That kind of says it all. So now we reach the point in the speech where I give you some good advice, words of wisdom. These words may sound familiar and cliche-ish, but there's a reason for that. They're poignant. People always throw words around, but they have profound meaning. Your generation has a lofty goal to attain, a humanitarian effort, if you will, a willingness to correct those mistakes made by previous generations. Lastly, you've got to rid yourself of anger and hate. You can't carry that negativity with you. It can kill you. It's so destructive and non-productive. Keep the lines of communication open. One of my favorite sayings is from an old Indian proverb. Don't judge your neighbor until you've walked a mile in his moccasins. You know, we're all here on the same planet. We really all the same. We breathe the same air. We eat the same foods, laugh at the same funny and stupid things, feel the same pain, and bleed the same blood. We have to live together and work together. Throughout history, there have always been people that don't want us to believe that. The naysayers, the dividers, the I want to be on top so you can be on the bottom, the negative energy people, the conspiracy theorists. I call them the flat earthers. Don't get sucked in. They're wrong, they're selfish, they're fearful, and they're misguided. Stay positive. Be compassionate. Be tolerant. And listen, you might learn something. Stand up for all humanity. You, all of you, have the power to change the world. Now get to work. Peace.
Good morning. My name is Gillian Small, and I'm the University Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs. Each year, the Student Pinnacle Award is given to an outstanding graduating senior on each campus who has demonstrated academic excellence, who has made significant contributions through public service and outstanding commitment to the university, and whose efforts reflect the unique character of Fairleigh Dickinson University. You can read more about our award winners in your program, which can be found on the Commencement website. This year's Pinnacle Award winners are from the Vancouver campus, Cés Anthony Torillo Plares. From the Metropolitan campus, Lillian Maltese. And from the Florham campus, Emmeline Pamela Stoddard. Please give them all a big round of applause. We have one Pinnacle Award winner with us today to accept her award and address the graduates. In recognition of her many accomplishments and in admiration of her remarkable talents, Fairleigh Dickinson University is proud to confer upon Emmeline Stoddard the Student Pinnacle Award.
Good morning. I would like to welcome the Board of Trustees, distinguished faculty and staff, honorary guests, family, friends, and the graduating class of 2021. I know this was not the senior year we all dreamed of. We couldn't walk through our last haunted mansion, go to our last late-night breakfast before finals, or high-five someone else without sanitize our hands afterwards. But we made it, finally, to our graduation day. When I was trying to figure out what I wanted to say, I thought of 3 things I needed to hear. I knew at least 7 people would benefit too, but probably more of you as well. Number 1, you are not alone in what you are going through. Everyone here, sitting a safe 6 feet away from you, is going through their own struggles. A year ago, I was studying abroad in Broxton, and then I got sent home, my life slowing to a halt. It's like I was running on a treadmill or walking on it. I don't really enjoy running, and it broke. I've struggled with anxiety, and this year has not been great in that respect. But if I can stand up here now and give this speech, it's proof that you can do anything that you put your mind to. Number 2, if you have a plan for your next step, I'm proud of you. And if you don't, I'm proud of you too. This past year has shown that no plans are set in stone. However, through going with the flow of life, you will discover things you never knew you were interested in. I was fortunate to go to Roxton twice, and I didn't realize how much I loved traveling until I left the country the first time to study there. Additionally, as a freshman, I was undecided on my major and wound up in the history and political science learning community. I already liked history, but through that experience, I developed more of an appreciation for political science, and now I have a government and law minor. Number 3, if you apply for a job or an internship, if you submit your written piece somewhere, or if you audition for a part and you do not get accepted, that does not make you any less of an artist, a scientist, a mathematician, etc. Professor Daniel brought up this concept in my music and poetry class this semester. It just means they didn't like you for the job. Your artistic work wasn't a good fit for the magazine or play, and that's okay. Liking something is so subjective. I like cats, even though I'm slightly allergic, but they're just so adorable. And someone else could like dogs, and that's okay. What we like makes us unique and weaves its way into our stories, all of which are important. I know all of you are going to do amazing things, and I can't wait to see what they are. Congratulations, class of 2021. You got this.
Okay, so now the time you all have been waiting for. Recognition of individual candidates from the class of 2021. And I now ask Provost Small to begin the process by presenting the candidates for degrees.
Will all the candidates for bachelor's degrees please rise and remain standing? Mr. President, I present to you the candidates for bachelor's degrees. Will all the candidates for associate degrees please rise and remain standing? Mr. President, I present to you the candidates for associate degrees. While the majority of candidates in this ceremony are from undergraduate programs, we do have a few graduate students here as well. Will all candidates for doctoral and master's degrees please rise and remain standing? Mr. President, all of these candidates have fulfilled the requirements for their respective degrees, and on behalf of the faculty, I recommend that they be admitted to these degrees.
On the recommendation of the faculty, and by virtue of the authority vested in the Board of Trustees of Fairleigh Dickinson University, and by them delegated to me, I confer upon the candidates presented the doctoral, master's, bachelor's, and associate degrees indicated, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Graduates, please indicate your new status by transferring your mortarboard tassel from right to left. Congratulations. We welcome you to the company of Scholars.
Please be seated. In the years ahead, when you think of the influences on your life, you will see the faces and hear the voices of many of your professors. Remember the lessons taught to you by your faculty in all that you do. This is an appropriate moment for you to thank them. Would the graduates please give a round of applause for their faculty? In addition, today would not be possible without the support and encouragement of your family and friends. It is your parents, wives and husbands and children. It is your friends, both those outside the university and within, including FDU's dedicated staff, who are always there to support you. Let me ask the parents, spouses, children, relatives, friends and staff members who have encouraged and helped their graduates to please stand up and be recognized. Come on, parents in the back, please stand. Graduates, thank you, parents. Thank you. Please be seated.
We now invite the graduates to come forward so that your faculty, friends, and families can acknowledge your achievements. Our marshals will assist you, and you will also have your photo taken. After leaving the stage, please return to your seats and remain seated until the entire ceremony, including the reading of names, has concluded. Board Chair Patrick Zenner, fellow trustees, and I will congratulate each graduate as you come across the stage. Once again, we ask that you please return to your seats after you leave the stage and show your fellow graduates the attention and respect they deserve. Thank you.
Nicholas Toscano.
Phyllis Brown.
Matthew Nielsen.
Paulina De Leon.
Madison Martinez.
Claire De Benedetto.
Gabriela Sampaio.
Emily Reyes.
Nicholas Alvarez.
Anthony Johnson.
Krista Waters.
Dominic Roca.
Gabrielle Jackson Madrigal.
Lynette Massot.
Alden Etra.
Callie Lee. Rachel Beers.
Sydney Portock.
Carmela Klein.
Melanie Ortega.
Elizabeth Lind.
James Harrison.
Kayla Staggers.
Sonal Tulsiani.
Emily Kirk.
Jacob Lyons. Maria Perez.
Christopher Taromina.
Elizabeth Cooper.
Justin Rymut. Guadalupe Ochoa.
Jessica Tall.
Enrique Heras.
Abusiam,
Shakir Templeman,
Joseph Amendola,
Casey Spencer,
Ken Schwemmer,
Mary Kate Walter,
Andy Ankudowicz,
Valerie McCline,
Amber Contreras Ferreira,
Bridget York,
Frank Sanfilippo,
Tyler Zippe,
Brendan Talian,
Carlo Franco,
Luis Aguilera,
Samantha Navas,
Bradley Bertadicia,
Nalini Harris,
James Lachlan,
Christine Shade,
Alessandro DeCandia,
Gabriela Ameo,
Nisa Mackey Guerra,
Charlene Garcia,
Mercedes Nunez,
Bradley Gehring,
Catherine Fernandez,
Yichak Trop,
Kenneth Lucas,
Rosa Mera,
Andrea Arango Duque,
Sydney Fennel,
Adis Navar,
Liana Vasquez,
Daniel Carvalhoso,
Brianna Santiago,
Vanessa Roman,
Michael Stile,
Samantha Rodriguez,
Aaron Hornberger,
Sarah Quijano,
Paola Villavicencio,
Clarissa Lavadi,
Claudia Giordano,
Samantha Barker,
Brendan O'Connor,
Elizabeth Gurba,
Arjun Alwis,
Chadwick Pearson,
Anthony Latino,
Juan Salazar,
Nicholas Pecoraro,
Zaria Wilder,
Allison Schwartz,
Hannah Coleman,
Lisa Schwartz,
Anthony Barber,
Niral Patel,
Kemli Abascal,
Anthony Covino,
Julifer Gonzalez,
Jonathan Miller,
Vernon Harrison,
Charles Elmo,
Lillian Hui,
Jacob Elowitz,
Kimberly Coronel,
Aaron Cohn,
Melanie Bloomstrand,
Caleb Kalaj,
Anthony Lynn,
Sabina Rivera,
Jolie Schobert,
Kayla Hennigan,
Catherine Daly,
Leona Imperato,
Tyler Urig,
Lillian Tran,
Kelly Bear,
Magdalene Cusack,
Bienvenida Valentin,
Rachel Marble,
Aisha Khalid,
Sydney Corio,
Michaela Garcia Conde,
Catherine Norris,
Amanda Torres,
Carolyn Germosen,
Sophia Balog,
Gabriela Squitiri,
Robert Meyer,
Juan Velina,
Phyllis Bindi,
Jasmine Cisco,
Sharifa Pensil,
Amber Vandergoot,
Joel Nolasco,
Noel Annunciato,
Carolina Jaramillo,
Demelizanne Williams,
Lisvania Hernandez,
Pablo Loarte,
Ronnie de Cabajo,
William Abad,
Angelica Silva Leon,
Andres Marquez,
Adriana Tarasona,
Oluwatoyin Ofaloabi,
Clarisabel Garcia,
Maria Canabi,
Robert Stapleton,
Christopher Santa Maria,
Elon Wenger,
Danielle Brunath,
Alexa Daniele,
Caitlin Kirkpatrick,
Sarah Perez,
Grace Shug,
Cindy Bing Nguyen,
Julissa Ardolino,
Victoria Yellowstone Demona,
Victoria Mieseljic,
Agila Hill,
Chloe Sheffro,
Joshua Lupian,
Elvira Ayala,
Thomas Blaine,
Claritza Laura,
Raquel Sleshy,
Fanny Guadalupe,
Georgia O'Leary,
Jennifer Lopez,
Abigail Perez,
Thomas Alexander,
Daniel Klobosowski,
Ali Sinone,
Billy Rochelle Carter,
Jessica Katchler,
Trinity Hedden,
Elizabeth Marzola,
Amy Sherman,
Nicole Folkerts,
Amanda Chernovsky,
Cameron Glenn,
Jenna Henderson,
Stephanie Gorson Mero,
Aura Fonke,
Gerardo Mata,
Genesis Mesa,
Julia Seaman,
Julia Scala,
Sarah Puongtang,
Keisha Patel,
Nilda Pardo,
Julia Keenan,
Caitlin Schleit,
Abigail Fryland,
Emmeline Pamela Stoddard,
Emily Blum,
Megan Myler,
Rebecca Harris,
Kala Anderson,
Grace Brooks,
Adeline Gutierrez,
Angel Iljazi,
Scarlett Zambrano,
David Lisboa,
Ashley Bueno,
Lily Baffo,
Sarah Garris,
Anne Marie McKenzie,
Franklin Rosario Vargas,
Sarah Jones,
Amina Baksh,
Connor Maitland,
Emily Marcassani,
Zachary Ball,
Beverly Mora Luna,
Orlando Silva Ortigosa,
Michael Amode,
Carolina Barrero Pora,
Vincenzo Carroll,
Carolee Herrera,
Brielle Carroll,
Maggie Gabrino,
Alisa White,
Sarah Hobby,
Christian Linares,
Andrew Muzzo,
Shirley Guillen Diaz,
Mara Amer,
Alexis Orfanadakis,
Xavier Zambrano,
Nicholas Barral,
Caitlin McGuire,
Blanca Arumbulo,
Jessica Burgoyne,
Andre Bracy,
Angelica Rivera,
Ebony Walker,
Brian Uribe,
Jason Ortiz,
Michael Elijahs,
Jimena Carrasco,
Jeremy Brandley,
Linda Rizzo,
Jeffrey Crows,
Olivia Campos Ferreira,
Alexandra Molini,
Mariana Rodriguez de Acosta,
Sydney Samois,
Harold Lopez,
Jessica Amato,
Matthew Carson,
Samantha Hyrick,
Victoria Smith,
Nicole Reynoso,
Ruby Bale,
Eric Bang,
Ella Azari,
Tyler Adams,
Reese Kyle,
Justin Atkins,
Brittany Oliveira,
Joshua Atkins,
Dominic Rispecki,
Matthew Knapp,
Nicholas Rivello,
Stephen Sanfilippo,
Selene De Castro,
Kenneth Campen,
Alina C. Paul,
Marcela Reyes,
Isabella Candeloro,
Michelle Rodak,
Dennis Kelleher,
Becky Garcia,
Cameron McCourt,
Nora Sardena,
John Note,
Melissa Silva,
Cristaro M. Corsino,
Samantha Gabriel,
Judith Caraballo,
Robert Heffron,
Stacy Williams,
Hannah Bend,
James Patania,
Paige Benzing,
Jeffrey Cuello,
Kayla Brunner,
Wilson Pacheco,
Nicole Lamorte,
Cecilia Mendez,
Pooja Sengupta,
Natalie Mejia Ortiz,
Samantha Estrada,
Aurora De La Cruz,
Serena Chalk,
Madison Ballister,
Hannah Mora,
Alexandria De La Cruz,
Dylan Ligon,
Alexandra Carlson,
Reda Abdelhade,
Gildato De Silva,
Michaela Johnson,
Nina Source,
Charles Pearson,
Emily D'Amato,
Kelly Sullivan,
Jordan Winter,
Kaylin Knight,
Tabitha Corcio,
Raymond Canarosi,
Alex Steele,
Amber Herrera,
Zoe Estrada,
Jonathan Motathi,
Monica Gingrich,
Nina Marie Diesla,
Hannah Farrow,
Lexi Martinez,
Keith Cooper,
Ariadna Lopez Bravo,
Priscilla Peralta,
Amy Moreno,
Luz Diaz,
Mayor Salem,
Amaris Carvajal,
Nicole Molchakova,
Jessica Lopez,
Rachel Mealy,
Eli Diaz,
Elizabeth Griffin,
Betty Quinteros,
Vanessa Daly,
Emperatriz Alcantara,
William Annunciado,
Mai Ventura Figaro,
Kevin Bob,
Erica Monegro,
Justin Tuman,
Glairin Martinez,
Ashley Boulevard,
Estefani Vasquez,
Deshaun Smith,
Michelle Ichiano,
Brianna Lowry,
Elizabeth Guzman Florencio,
Nicholas Mazzaferro,
Luisa Hernandez,
Jordan Dean,
Damaris Manzo,
Gabriela Sessin,
Vittori Ferrari II,
Gina Cuccinello,
Angelique Garwood,
Jade Silva,
Carlos Zabala,
Viviana Mata,
Mercy Kazar,
Riley Mullen,
Leonette Simon,
Rebecca Steinberger,
Lizette Sierra,
Cassidy Fahey,
Bianca Rodriguez,
Natalie Tomchak,
Anmol Patel,
Kylie Newman,
Tatiana Nichaporuk,
Marissa Catalano,
Marissa Gonzalez,
Amada Medina,
Alexis Balistreri,
Erica Garcia,
Samantha Pagluca,
Yamarvi Lantigua,
Cassidy Montara German,
Martha Juarez,
Rachel Ann Way,
Samuel Stewart.
Kathleen Smith,
Can you say the name?
Nicole Ciani,
I can't hear you. Shreyovsky Shana,
Karuna Daniram,
Samuel Blank,
Milena Robles,
Claudel Fontus,
Shahad Almutari,
Kayla Peter Paul,
Janine Brown,
Noemi Romo,
Emily Chariot,
Gideon Bowe,
Kayla Werder,
Delaney McCleary,
Anna Hong,
Nicole Del Rosso,
Avery Long,
Mossam Nayak,
Shalin Mehta,
Allison Lim,
Terrence Smith,
Brianna Fitzgerald,
Jake Morillo,
Madeline Blum,
Jamie Gatlin,
Max Toodleman,
Kie Mitchell Grady,
Laurel Hank,
Amira Hill,
Dylan Michael Glick,
Chandler Windrum,
Alexander James Lear,
Tanya Paz,
Renzo Ruiz,
Laura Rojas Perdomo,
Josel Dabu,
Victoria Odegaard,
Ashke Dukosi,
Yomalis Hilanio,
Corin El Haddad,
Jessica Landone,
Renier Brewer,
Alexandra Granados,
Lois Smart,
Caitlin Horn,
Roberto Mejia,
Elizabeth Annunciata,
Chloe DeClean,
Emma Bellino,
Francesca Carr,
Natalie Bellino,
Cassidy O'Connor,
Claudia Machado,
Lauren Capadona,
Karen Hilsinger,
Jose Rivera,
Amanda Hilsinger,
Megan McFadden,
Mariana Gunter,
Emma Vasily,
Marina Vorkio,
Brandon Marshall,
Madeline Schleifer, Dominique Pirozzi,
Deborah Epps,
Annabel Pena Leon,
Jamie Salcedo,
Zoila Sarmiento Andia,
Ezra Farag,
Paola Caria Quintero,
Ethan Anajar,
Christina Sikorjak,
Caroline Seminario,
Ashley McMahon,
Heather Lago,
Emily Salerno,
Turki Al-Saad,
Robert Vargas,
Latoya Hilliard,
Judy May Lima, Brandon Evering,
Julia Ono,
Trevor Landis,
Christina Nguyen,
Juliana Pensabene,
Gracie Caceres,
Cameron Shaw,
Danny Maker Vasquez,
Julia Ring,
Jamie Guzman,
Natalie Caprio,
Linares Natera,
Abigail Lopez,
Tyler Ledbetter,
Matthew Olenki,
Luis Sanchez,
Christine Wasick,
Viviana Gomez,
Jalissa Del Val,
Paola Gonzalez,
Brianna Binetti,
Wendy Coelho,
Lisbeth Brito Gomez,
Thalia Guillen,
Marlene Baez,
Jason Fernandez,
Olivia Klaus,
Marisol Rosario,
Sagar Amin,
Keisha Lombardi,
Emily Chikaiza,
Erica Martins,
Jonathan Lero,
Shali Yama Jimenez,
Ashwarya Gondotro,
Alanis Jarlson,
Karen Ramirez,
Drew Miller,
Nicole Jenny Fuchs,
Claire DeJoy,
Emily Wells,
Christina Shembri,
Kimberly Trujillo,
Alyssa Anderson Crespo,
Afira Chaudhry,
Haley Kolonen,
Aisha Farouk,
Victoria Cardarelli,
Chrisley Jean-Pierre,
El Hassan Abdel Fattah,
Ashanti Keynes,
Al Nazir Blackman,
Mubarak Ashodi,
Leila Nigrinis,
Evan Guzman,
Elisha Williams,
Jada Hamlet,
Imani Taylor,
Elizabeth Moyes,
Maria Vizcaíno,
Rebecca Morse,
Bisola Adeniyev,
Caitlin Smits,
Ihab Abusiam,
Daniela Pachella,
Nicole Leone,
Jan Franco,
Aaliyah Bass,
Fresca Osias,
Natalia Montero, Yazan Obedala,
Claire Haviland,
Amar Zidat,
Luis Sanango Molina,
Mohammed Talha,
Henry Vogel,
Salim Lane Jeffress,
Selena Hinkapai,
Sabrina Garland Sash,
Valmor Sandia,
Isabella Mosca,
Seema Jalad,
Eva Villaverde,
Nuran Abdallah,
Elizabeth Powers,
Dmitry Grachev, Stephanie Kiles, Monica Piedra, Amanda Javier, Kayla Santiago, Jacob Shankler, Melissa Varela, Lara Abdel Wahed, Rules Alisi, Alexis Hodge, Naya Kozart, Estefani Luisa Vincente Bustilos, Jasmine Meniam, Gabriel Aguiar, Alejandra Cabanilla, Timon Williams, Alvaro Young, Kimberly James, Karen Vincent Richardson. Ruth Abeo. Kyle Coleman. Monica Coviello. Ingrid Calderon Tenorio. Rosa Andino.
Congratulations. Mr. President, words of wisdom and inspiration have been heard, and the class of 2021 now approaches its final moments together. With your permission, may we conclude these ceremonies. Thank you.
On this day, the 19th of May, in the year 2021, Fairleigh Dickinson University has officially conferred degrees on these graduates. Graduates, go forward with courage and grace, fortiter et suaviter, carrying with you the traditions, strengths, and dreams of this great institution. On behalf of the trustees and the faculty, I declare the 78th commencement ceremony of Fairleigh Dickinson University has now concluded. Our warm congratulations to all the graduates and their families. Thank you, everyone. As you exit the stadium, please follow the direction of the marshals and wait for the platform party first to recess. Enjoy this very special weather that we ordered for you today. I hope you have a great day and a great summer. Again, thank you and congratulations.
Thank you for attending FDU's commencement. Please allow the platform party to exit and follow the marshal's directions to be dismissed row by row. Congratulations all.